Good morning and welcome to Horse Talk number 7, How to Catch a Hard to Catch Horse, Part 2. In Part 1 we had Domingo, the horse kind of facing us here, as a hard to catch horse in the pasture of 75 acres. He had learned to evade, wasn't corrected early, became a habit, and every time you approached him he ran away. The only way to solve that was to bring him into a confined area, round pen, small paddock area, and then reteach him and teach him to respect us and accept us as the leader. And we did that by moving his feet. And we wanted him to come to us, so we did some come to me training by exerting pressure on him when he gave us one eye, and more pressure if he gave us his butt with no eyes. And then when he gave us two eyes, we relieved the pressure completely and made it a pleasant experience. And so we're trying to do the things we want him to do, we make them easy. The things we don't want him to do, we make them difficult. And so part 2 is getting him to a larger area. This is about a 150 by 150, and introducing horses so that he accepts us as the leader rather than the herd for his comfort and safety. And we want to make it a pleasant experience, so he wants to be caught or come to us. The next step will be to return him to the pasture and get the same experience. But it doesn't end there. You need to repeat it and using the same technique until it becomes a habit that he wants to get caught. So you can see he's kind of facing away from me right now, but I'm going to use the same technique. And as I approach him, I want him to give me two eyes. If he doesn't, I exert a little bit of pressure. But being a predator and he being a prey, we're going to start thinking like a prey, like a horse, so that we don't go direct like a predator would. We do a 45-degree angle off to the side. We approach slowly and in a relaxed position. So as I come here to the right, I'm expecting him to keep two eyes on me. And he's got the freedom to leave if he wants. And he's kind of checking out the rest of the herd. And I'm going to go in slowly and give him some love. And let him know that that was the right answer. So we're going to make this pleasant for him and easy for him. And we were talking about the halters as well. You know, you approach a horse in the field and he's fine. But as soon as you go to put the halter on him, he runs away. So you want to make this halter a great experience. Go out in the field, put it on, take it off, walk away from him. Make it all pleasant. Give him some loving. Put it back on him if you want. And let him know that this is a pleasant experience. So we put the halter back on. We took it off. We put it back on. This time I'll tie it up. And I'll ask for a follow-on. The follow-on is he keeps two eyes on me, but he wants to come with me as well. So right here, I'm going to ask him to come with me. Let's see if he does. He's taking a few steps for me, and that's what we want. But the whole thing here is I can go up to him, I can catch him, and he loves it. And then you walk away and make it a pleasant experience for him that he's not always going to be brought up and worked. So the next step will be the large field and returning him to the large pasture and catching him there or having him catch us. I hope this part helps, and we'll see you in the pasture. This is session 7, and we've taken him from the 150 by 150 pasture with a couple of horses, and he's in here now with about 5 horses in a probably 15 to 20 acre pasture where he could run away, but his preference would be to stay with the other horses. If there was a horse in here that was an evasive horse, it would make it a little bit difficult, because then it would trigger his flight response, and initially we'd have to probably remove that horse. But that's Domingo looking at us right here, and he's in this large field. So we're going to use the same technique we've used before. We're going to walk it kind of a 45, meandering, like we really don't care, because he is a prey. And I'm looking for that same response that we had in the other pasture. And he's doing really well. And we want to give him some love and say that's the right response. And he's kind of checking me out. He's not following me like he's done before. And I could probably make him do that by putting a little bit of pressure on him. But right now, I want to catch him. That's the whole purpose for this training, is that he wants to be caught. Need to repeat this. I'll probably repeat it today 4 or 5 times, leave, come back, and then we'll do a session or 2 more and then put him in the original pasture with his buddies. And we'll see how that goes, but I suspect it'll go pretty well. Hope this helps.